Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. It is 11:22 and I am back with our collective readings. I have put out the monthly star signs which are available now to view on the channel. I've got a little candle here. I was just playing around with it because I felt like the candle had been put into a bucket. I was like lifting it up here, which is maybe not a wise thing to do with my fingers directly above that flame, but it was like, why have we got the flame? Ow. In the bucket. Okay. That's what it took me to. Anyway. Let's play with some cards. Now I do have some cards on the table, so maybe we can just play with these cards. I was thinking about doing a Celtic cross, but that kind of looks into a certain situation. And I thought, well, the star sign readings were quite intense for November. And well, I thought let's have a look actually into the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine's energy and see how you guys have been getting on. Or maybe whereabouts, where are you at the moment? Okay, where are you now? Okay, let's get back into the flow of the collective readings. It's good to be back. Got a jumper then. We've got a jumper. Oh my goodness. We've got the flame in the bucket. We've got a jumper. Ooh. Oh, we've got someone who's... I'll tell you another thing that was coming through was the colour blue. The fact that my cardigan is blue, my cup's blue, my candle's pink. But he hasn't got a jumper on. So he's working really, really hard. Okay. I feel like he's building up a sweat. I can't see what the first card is. Maybe we're not to see, because I was taken to the first card. I can just see this image. The second card here, look, he's taking his jumper off, alright? He's building up a sweat. This is a card about getting to work quickly, because those pentacles, I picked this up yesterday when I was using these cards, is that those hanging pentacles are needing to dry quickly in the wind. So so work's progressing very, very fast, very quickly now. And I felt like the feminine's energy here, it was just like maybe you're not meant to know, because I don't really know what's under that first card there, but it's kind of like you're not meant to know at the moment. I'm feeling it's definitely about something being erected. I can see here, well, it takes me to the male phallic, which obviously is represented by the wand here, although that looks more like an oar, a paddling oar. So I can see the male phallic here. What was I discussing? About things being erected quickly. This is quite a turn on for this masculine, and it's like a mission, a task he's been given, which some people like that. It's like, give me a job to do. Okay, well, he's got a job to do here. Taken to his mallet here now. Okay, and in the background you can see the steeple. Okay, the erection here of the steeple. One more card, and then we can look at the first card. The Tower. Now this is about actually building something new. I feel like this masculine's having to build himself a new life quickly. Very quickly. We've got the Tower here. Is this why you don't need to know Divine Feminine? Okay. You will find out. In the background there's a volcano here that's erupted. So I feel like you could be pondering on erections, as in like sex. Feels like you're feeling a bit lonely here. But what you don't know is in the background or what has been going on, because this energy is meant to be about where are the divine feminine and the divine masculine now, currently, regardless of what's kind of gone on over the past, let's say, 5.5, 6 weeks. Since I've actually had a look into the energy, I did leave, although I've been back with oracle messages, I did actually leave her a final message for the divine masculine from the Mother Mary. And I was thinking about that today. I thought, what message did we leave on when I last done a collective message? And it was talking about the distorted masculine, okay, being healed by the divine feminine, the awakened divine feminine. Now, I feel like he may have had a massive wake-up call. The tower's hit, having to rebuild quickly. You're still hungry for love and passion, divine feminine. So there's this longing energy. Now you can use that oar to paddle away, but I don't feel like you're running away from it. You are just sitting in this energy. Things are growing quickly. You can see the sunflower next to this. Should we just call it a masculine symbol? Next to this masculine symbol, things are growing really quickly. He's a busy boy. He hasn't got much left to do. There's only one pentacle left on the floor here. I feel like all these pentacles are hanging or resting against the tree of knowledge. So maybe there's a couple of more things that this masculine needs to learn, because this is the craftsman card. I think it's about learning not to be crafty. Okay, let's have a look at this card that wanted to come out, that did come out first, wanted to come out. What we can't see is that the masculine is very indecisive about what to choose, but I feel like maybe he's dealt with the other stuff of life. I feel all that's left, all that's going to be left is you, divine feminine, to be uncovered here. I actually feel like he's more is this the gold? It doesn't look very shiny, does it? So I feel that's what he's dealing with at the moment, is maybe his financial situation, because I feel like this masculine's had to rebuild his life quite quickly. Okay, to find stability again. He's doing a marvellous job. It doesn't really feel like it's phasing him. It feels like, okay, change is here. Now we have no choice. We have to get on with it. We're rebuilding. One pentacle left. And I feel like you are the treasure. But first, he needs to just sort out, I feel some financial issues that maybe could get in the way. It's blocking the path to the feminine. So really, by this reading, it feels as if the divine masculine's actually gone through a lot over these past weeks. And divine feminine, you're longing. Are you longing for change? Well, it's on its way. Let's read these cards. There's only 4 cards. So we go to the 7 of Cups. A kaleidoscope of options revolves before you, each offering a different focus for your next step on life's journey. So all requiring a different focus. His focus will be on you soon, divine feminine. Love, riches, wisdom, worldly success, adventure, spiritual awakening. All these and more are at your fingertips, but how to choose. If all choices seem equally appealing, perhaps it is not time to choose. On the other hand, perhaps you need not choose just one cup. What is your ultimate vision of yourself? Is your spirit big enough to embrace a multitude of possibilities? Key ideas: confusion, too many choices, an overabundance of possibilities and need for delay. Let me pull a card from the Enchanted Map for this card. Spark in reverse. Sometimes your fire gets doused by others who don't want you to be all that you can be. And I imagine that this is the Tower moment. He's having to rebuild a life after I feel like someone's maybe tried to block him. Using money as a threat. The Spark card in reverse position may also indicate that you're allowing yourself to be so consumed by a thought, feeling or situation that you're in danger of becoming completely burnt out. Compulsion and impulsiveness must be tempered now. Rest by a warm fire. Let things die down a bit, then you'll see if the true spark will still be there. If not, you can always light another fire at another time. So I don't feel, this hasn't been doused, has it? Because when I was taken to like the feeling of a bucket, I felt a sand bucket for throwing over a fire. And then the energy here is that the Divine Feminine is still longing. Okay. Let things die down a bit, then you'll see if the true spark will still be there. If not, you can always light another fire at another time. Hi, Jasper. Should we stay on the lap just for now? Good boy. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Oh, that's a big sigh. Let's find the Pentacles in here. Cups. Swords. Wands. Pentacles. Number 8, please. The acquisition of skills is not accomplished overnight. Even the most gifted artisan must learn his craft. Through trial and error, he learns what tools work best for each task and how to express his vision through his chosen medium. So it is with any work, perseverance and commitment to excellence lead to success. You may experience some isolation as you concentrate on honouring your craft, but it will be worth the sacrifice in the end. Doesn't say this. I'm making up words. Okay, bring it back, Lucy, bring it back. You may experience some isolation as you concentrate on honouring your craft, but it'll be worth the sacrifice in time. So you can see that the masculine here is actually dedicating his time to this. He wants to be an expert in his chosen craft. Let's have a look at the Enchanted Map. Compass in reverse. Card number 15. What is your higher power right now? Whatever you constantly focus on long enough becomes your highest power. If you worry about financial insecurity, and that is what he's not trying to worry about, he's trying not to worry about money. I feel like things are happening quickly, solutions are coming forth. Okay. So what is your higher power right now? Whatever you consistently focus on long enough becomes consistently, it says constantly. Whatever you constantly focus on long enough becomes your higher power. If you worry about financial insecurity, materialism is your idol. If you obsess over a relationship, that is your God. If you're concerned about your weight or your looks or your status, you've lost your personal power and your way. Nothing but spirit can be your guiding force. You'll never truly find what you seek if these worries and distractions are your constant focus. Surrender and shift your compass. Be still and watch as the needle points to true north. Align yourself and you'll easily find your way back to where you're meant to be. Wow, that was a strong message to go with that card. Let's move on to the next card, which is the Divine Feminine here, and all I felt was a longing coming through. Let's read the message. The Queen of Staves. The Queen of Stays is what I was going to say. Saves. Save our souls. Okay. When it says when you obsess over a relationship, they become your God. And I feel that that is, well, you're a goddess, Divine Feminine. About getting over the idolisation of money here. The Queen of Staves. The Queen of Staves combines intuition with practicality to spark, that's interesting, seeing the spark is reversed here, to spark a creative blaze that warms all who know her. You started this, Divine Feminine. Well, we know that because the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine are each other's catalyst into spiritual awakening. The Queen of Staves combines intuition with practicality to spark a creative blaze that warms all who know her. She brings passion to any undertaking and inspires others to strive for excellence. I did say it was your fault, Divine Feminine. Masculine striving for excellence. When she focuses her will on a purpose, it grows with astonishing speed. Like the sunflower, that is her emblem. She commands great energy and power and rules with true nobility of character. If this card does not represent a person, it may mean a time of creative innovation when old ways are challenged by new ideas. The key ideas is an abundance of talents, artistic inspiration, warmth of interest, and sexual fire. Let's have a look at the enchanted map. Magic stream. You're in the magic stream, Divine Feminine. So look, 18. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential, and when you remember your part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. That's awesome, Divine Feminine. The Tower. Let's look at the Tower. A blast from the heavens destroys a tower that seemed unconquerable, and those who dwelled within its walls fall from the heights. The tower was built with such a forbidding design that it not only protected its inhabitants, it effectively imprisoned them in their own creation. The tower now stands open to the elements, its magnificent gilded dome blown away. Worldly wealth and the illusion of security matter little to the soul which demands liberation. And I believe this is the divine masculine here. Worldly wealth and the illusion of security. I'm just going to find my place again. And that's what this masculine, I feel, is doing. He's finding his place in the world. Okay, worldly wealth and the illusion of security matter little to the soul which demands liberation. And also, the feminine here, she has this longing about her. So money doesn't matter to her, it matters little to her. So it feels like the masculine striving for excellence. He's doing that because he needs to do that for himself. To build up his own self-worth, but that matters little to a soul that demands liberation. If you do not seek freedom on your own, the universe may give it to you in unexpected ways. Nothing can prepare you for the shock of the blasted tower, but if you freely move beyond your small enclosure, you can avoid being thrown from it against your will. The key idea is sudden change, utter transformation, destruction that leads to creation, shock and awakening. Utter transformation, the power of the feminine here. It's all about the words that we utter to ourselves. Very important, that self-talk. Look at the journey of the map, the enchanted map. That's the energy here of the power of the divine feminine here. It does feel enchanted. Okay, and the card is coming apart. I was going to say coming together, but it's coming apart in reverse. So I feel like you're coming apart so that then you can come back together. Whole, complete. Well, let's have a listen to the message. 46. A situation is unravelling, and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humour. I feel like this is for the divine masculine here. So as you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humour. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So look at the energy. If you can get through this, and you can get through anything. And this is really... Well, how this masculine's handling this situation is fantastic. Fantastically marvellous. So he's really lining himself up here to... This is something that can be a shock and be very challenging to your emotions and whether or not you're going to get scared and worry. And I feel like this masculine hasn't. It's like taking it by the balls. By the horns. Took the ball by the horns. Okay. Let's have a look at the Angel of Light cards. I shall get one for the feminine and the masculine. Vulnerabilities on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Can we have a message for the Divine Masculine, please? Vulnerability. Only the brave and open-hearted dare to allow themselves to be vulnerable. For it requires courage to take down all walls and expose your humanness. Your angel guidance is to become aware of your defence mechanisms which keep you separate from others and the divine. Ask your angels to help you dissolve your masks and barriers so that your fragile true self can emerge like a butterfly from its cocoon. The reward is freedom, love, and a sense of inner safety. So dare to be vulnerable and open. Your affirmation, Divine Masculine. Vulnerability is my strength. Let's pull a card for the Divine Feminine. Discipline, Divine Feminine. You have discipline. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. Are they saying that the Divine Masculine's a bit unruly? Well, it's not playing by the divine rules or hasn't been. This will make sense, Divine Feminine. Speaking about the Divine Masculine here. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will loyally and lovingly serve its master. It is then allowed off its lead. Through discipline comes freedom. The master you are called on to obey is your higher self. You came to earth on a mission, and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. So tune in and ask your angels for their help and support so that your life becomes happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is a key to fulfilling your destiny. The affirmation here for the Divine Feminine, self-discipline brings me freedom. Okay, where should we take this reading now? Should we go to the journey of love? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. What do you think, Jess? Yeah? Sounds good, doesn't it? The good stuff. I wanted to change it to let's do it. Let's follow love. Let's follow love. The journey of love. Okay. The journey of love. Divine Masculine. Let me get you a message. Divine Masculine, you have heaven. Good message to get. Card number 70. Last card in the deck. You're right, Jasp. You might go into a bit of a sneezing, coughing fit. Might do when he gets excited and happy. You're all right. Okay. You are meant to live heaven now, not later, sometime after you die. What use is this life and body if not to live heaven now? Look for the mad divine genius in all that is, especially the puzzling parts of your life that make you scratch your head or tear at your hair or scrunch up your face and scream with frustration. Those are the places in which the divine is saying, here, heaven is hiding. Let's unveil it together. Let me show you, and let me unveil your own mad divine genius right here. Look for heaven, even in hiding. It will not withhold itself from you for long, beloved. It wants to be known by you. This oracle brings you a message. This oracle brings you a special message. Sorry, Jasper, can I just pop my arm there? Thank you very much. The Enlightener is calling you to more, to more, to more. More divinity, more love, more acceptance, more embrace of life itself. There is no limit in what is being offered to you from the divine lover, calling to you, the beloved. Rejoice and know that the dance of love between you and the divine is a removing of veils of illusion, one at a time. Until you behold each other, naked and true, finally to discover you are each other. You are love. Okay, here's the poem. The sky ablaze with morning light, on silver wings of birds in flight, in gratitude, a tear released, a knowingness embraced at peace. She speaks to those that gaze below, ancestral wings which call my soul to open hearts and soar above. In awe the winds await this love. And I feel something about the wind here. It's not waiting for the divine masculine to finish what he's doing. It spoke twice now about the puzzle pieces. I think it was with the Magic Stream card and then just with the Heaven card. Divine Feminine, the journey of love. It's like he wants to sit on this chair here because he comes off of my lap onto that chair and then he gets down, he sits on the floor down there, which he's just done now. Divine Feminine. Her grace. Card number 17. The goddess is awakening within your life. It may be within your own body, within a sensual deepening of relationship with your own body or with the body of another. Through expanding creativity, a sudden burst of feeling that you cannot logically explain. A desire to move, to dance, to express yourself, to sing, to write music, to draw, to play in nature, to swim and to collect shells and lie on your back in the moonlight, gazing at the stars. Let her reach you. She is calling to you from ancient times, calling you to allow her more deeply into your life. Celebrate the Divine Feminine. She is coming to life for you. Whether man or woman, your life is about to be touched by her magic. Never to be the same again. And I felt the energy very enchanted. It's the only card really that you can see and feel the Divine Feminine's energy come through. This oracle brings you a message. There is a woman who brings divine blessing into your life who is trying to connect with you more deeply. The blessing may be one that is obvious or one that is hidden in a challenge. The woman may be your own body if you are female, or your own inner feminine if you are male. It may be a spiritual or physical being, the great mother, your lover, your sister, or your dearest friend. It may be a woman as yet unknown to you, but who holds a soul contract with you, an agreement predestined to awaken you, and you are this divine feminine that they are speaking about. The empowerment will come to you not by rejecting what is offered by this feminine's presence, but by embracing it and finding your truth through it. This is exciting because it means you are growing, you are entering into the feminine's temples of wisdom and finding a home there. The poem. I was born long before our time, and yet my time with you is something new. For you awaken in me a spirit that was longing for release, waiting for your touch. I thought I was safe to stay inside the boundaries and walls I carried with me. You touched all of me, and we walked outside the lines together. Okay, I think we need to get this reading wrapped up a bit because I'm feeling a little distracted now. How shall we end this reading? Let's end this reading with a Mother Mary card. So like I said at the beginning of the reading was the message for the masculines that they were waking up, the distorted masculine was being woken up by the divine feminine's energy. But that message was over 5 weeks ago, so let's have a look at today's message. Oh, he's sitting by the cat flap looking outside. Wonder if he's going to go out. I think he heard me. He's coming back. Hey, Jess, are you okay? Come on. Just help me choose a card. Yeah? Okay. Let me give them a shuffle. All right. Ready when you are. Where are we going? How many? We don't want too many, darling. Let me shuffle them again. No, we want the cards. Okay. With the cards turned over. And it's Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries. Okay, card number 6. The number of love, the number of the lovers. Let's finish this message with a message. Let's finish this message. Let's finish this reading with a message from the Mother Mary. I have many names and faces, but behind those names and faces, I am your loving mother always. I come to you in light and darkness, through joy, and even, my beloved, through loss and tragedy. I am always your loving mother. I am seeking you, reaching for you, calling you to me. If you can know this, then great peace and spiritual power will be yours, and you can assist me in enlightening this world from fear and distrust into a place of compassion and divine radiance unveiled. Remember me always. I am your loving mother always. It can be easier to sense the presence of the Divine Mother when she appears through her light face, in compassion, gentleness and charity. It can be more challenging to accept and honour her presence through her dark face. Her dark face may be manifesting through death or loss, through tragedy, trauma or crisis, through confusion, or even through meeting our own inner demons of great fear, attachment or hate. Her dark face is no less loving than her face of light, no less radiant, though one may have to look through the eye of the heart to see the vivid light that may seem veiled through circumstance. If we are encountering the dark face of Mother Mary, sometimes known as the Black Madonna, we are being initiated into a very powerful and precious spiritual consciousness, and we will be granted the ability to find love, healing and peace, even from the darkest of human experiences. It is the power of unconditional light that is granted by the Black Madonna as paradoxical as that may seem. It is tremendous spiritual power that is not held back by the ego desire to only experience the pleasurable side of life, denying the value or necessity also of its pain. If you are called to this path at this particular time in your life, it is because it will serve you most. The mother loves her children unconditionally and without exception. She will call you through pain when pleasure would not suffice. She calls through suffering when it will break open your heart into greater capacity for bliss and rapture. She acknowledges all that you give, all that you bear in her name of love. All that you give will be returned to you multiplied as grace and miracles. Do not turn away. The pain that you have been bearing is known by the Holy Mother, and she comes to you in this oracle to tell you that not only are you acknowledged, but there is a transformative healing that is happening through your pain. She is in it with you, whilst also being on the other side of this darkness with a bright light, calling you to greater divine bliss than you imagined you could ever feel. We need Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries desperately, and she knows it. That is why she will not let us go and calls us to her in increasing crisis and struggle until we pay attention. For those of us who have hearts strong enough to bear honest experiences of painful but liberating emotions such as sadness and grief, anger and rage, including divine outrage, and allow these feelings to stretch our hearts, her spiritual power comes to us. Her healing balm can pour through us into the world. She will hold the container for you to feel and release emotions, even though they can be so painful that you may feel as though they are going to tear you into pieces as you feel them. This is the pain of the world that you are helping to release. She has been burned and burns, you see. She suffers just as we do. She is not separate from us. She is us. She is every animal that suffers cruelty, every human that suffers abuse, every tree that is destroyed, every ocean animal that dies through pollution, every heart that breaks when witnessing ignorance and carelessness. You are perhaps never closer to her or more in her fierce, merciful, raw and miraculous grace than in that moment when you are howling in agony with her. This takes great courage, but Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries bestows that courage in the hearts of all her beloved children. She comes to us when we need to release our suffering. She comes to us to reassure us that we will move through this time of struggle, and she is with us always. She teaches us that our suffering is not to be held up as a badge of honour or that we are martyrs to her cause. She has too much grace of protection for that to be. She teaches us instead that our ability to be present to our suffering, allowing it to flow through us in waves, is what empowers us to be moved by life and completely open to her. She then shares her great gift, that through our ability to be fearlessly open to life, we are not only asked to bear suffering, but are blessed with a capacity for divine rapture. We can then taste the ecstatic intensity of life. Our Lady of Dark Mysteries comes to you with guidance to be honest with your suffering and know that you are not alone in it, and through this, she invites you to open to her ecstatic bliss, to the divine presence in the everyday. This oracle confirms her presence is reaching out to you through any challenges that you are experiencing or have experienced but need to make peace with, instead of holding guilt or shame about those challenges. Now is your time. Pray to her to help you trust in her wisdom and receive her blessings with a courageous heart. and your life will be transformed through her grace. There is nothing that she cannot do for you who are devoted to her. Let's end this reading with the healing process and affirmation. You are sitting in a quiet place with a waterfall of liquid white light sparkling before you. A large, beautiful black face slowly emerges from behind the waterfall with soot and ash smeared across it, and a large, liquid black eyes, and with large, liquid black eyes that reflect the suffering of the world. This being is filled with love and compassion whilst feeling all the pain of the world. Allow your heart to send her love and this prayer spoken aloud. My beloved Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries, my love and endless gratitude for your blessings, your mercy, your rage, and your grace. Our Lady of Truth, Our Lady of Balance, Our Lady of Divine Justice, Our Lady of Fierce Compassion, Our Lady of Ruthless Devotion. May I serve your wisdom. May I live your wisdom with intelligence, grace, and empowered devotion. Bless me, Mother. Bless the world through me. I surrender my will to your miraculous workings and ask for your help that I may serve. So be it. Allow the Black Madonna to bless you in whatever way she now chooses. She may invite you to come to her in that waterfall of sparkling white light, or send you a colour or a symbolic spiritual gift. Be open to receiving that blessing without having to understand the how or the why. Even if you don't sense the blessing happening, that is fine. It just means it is taking place at a subtle or subconscious level. When you have rested for a few moments, finish your process with this affirmation. Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries, the Black Madonna, Mother Mary, who loves the world without condition, you have the devotion of the world's soul and the human heart. I offer my help to you. May I serve your wild grace. So be it. So be it. Guys, have yourself a fantastic Monday. It's good to be back, and I will be back soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.